right, it is February 9th. This is the CaveCast episode 14, if you're still with us. Thanks for being here. Let's get this show started, bud. Play me something funky. Oh. Start it off right. Alright, cut it out. Now bring it back one more time. Oh yeah. And kill it. Okay. God, just one more time. Bring it right back. Yeah, that's right. That shit's bad. Start it out. Let's get started. Shit. It's like a fucking minute of... Hell yeah, that was sick. Welcome back to the CaveCast. I am Admire, and sitting in with me is the ever knowledgeable Saint Kynes.
Yeah, dude.
And the professor in the studio. It's Buddro Livingston III, my producer slash DJ slash hype man slash now roommate. We're in our new digs. Kynes, it's the first CaveCast in our new digs. What do you think?
It's pretty
sweet.
Yeah.
A little less cramped. A little more room.
A little more doodads and buttons and stuff.
Yeah. Got Bud man in the man. Jesus Christ, fucking asshole! I can't even talk. It was a long night. Bud manning the controls over there. We got a new monitor in here that's not for you guys, but it's for us to enhance your listening experience. So it's been a few weeks. We had our big show in Eugene, and it turned out fucking amazing. Bud,
the show was good. Bud,
your first live hip hop experience.
Glad I did it.
It was the best. Pretty much the best show I've ever been part of. We had 5 acts that were all sick in their own way. Starting off the night was my homie Absorbed. He ripped shit apart. He's doing some new shit, fucking going a different direction than a lot of stuff he's done in the past, and he's coming into his own, making his beats by himself and just killing shit on a regular basis. And then I came up. Me and Bud rocked the set. What did you think about the crowd response?
I thought we got a good response. I remember seeing people started kind of crowding a little bit. Everybody seemed to like it. Seemed
kind of nice. They backed off about halfway through the set because I'm pretty sure I was spitting on people. Like I got this excess saliva thing, and
you can kind of like, I've never been on stage, so what do you go by? Like, is it just a vibe, or do you? How do you decide if they're like when it's not completely obvious, like when they're not throwing panties at you? How do you know if they're into it or not?
Well, you could tell, like,
people nodding their heads and stuff.
People will nod their heads. Generally, they'll crowd forward and want to get a better look. And the thing about it is, a lot of shows that I've done have been set up where, like, they're not necessarily a hip hop crowd. They were just at the bar that night.
They're just kind of hanging out.
You know, and this Luckeys private stock thing that they do every Wednesday up there at Luckeys in Eugene, downtown. It's I've been doing it for a while, and it's a hip hop night. You know, so
it's hip hop crowd.
So everybody that goes there knows there's a hip hop show going on.
That's what you want, man.
Yeah. Which it's better. You don't want to go do comedy.
Right.
At a country bar that doesn't have a comedy night, and it's like, oh, fucking, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same kind of deal. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So, how many people do you think were in the crowd?
What do you say, 50?
Yeah, that's what I was guessing.
It's a small area, so 50 people.
That's still good, man. Like, and out of 50 people, how many people do you think that you, like, what percentage do you think you got? Like,
There was at least 10 people that came up to me and was like, "That was sick."
You're right. That's not bad.
And then I'd give them a CD, and
because Ari Shafir, the comedian, says if you can get anywhere close to 15% to a quarter of any crowd, you nailed it.
Yeah,
nice.
That's pretty. Yeah,
like when you're going in and they didn't come to see you,
right?
Specifically, you're just coming in as who are these guys, and you take that much of the crowd, and you succeeded.
Yeah, I had. And got a good response from the big group that was there. No Birds Sing, who's signed to Sage Francis's record label. Yeah, I guess not a big response, but everybody they had a whole band, a drummer and guitar player and everything, and everybody they talked to afterwards was like, "That was a good set, man." And the lead singer or the lead rapper guy came up and just clinked drinks with me. He just clinked drinks and nodded his head like, "Good job," or something.
Right on.
I forget what he said.
That's all you could ask for.
Yeah, it was nice. I gave him a CD. I always feel fucking stupid when I give people like that CDs and shit. Like,
well, you gotta remember, like, he's done the same thing.
Yeah,
that's how. If anybody understands it, it's those guys. Like,
yeah, for sure. Because they're just now getting to.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to him.
He was literally before this doing the same thing. Like, check out my CD. That's how it works.
Yeah, he just Jesus Christ, spilling drinks already. Fucking hell.
Want to tell?
Yeah, you got hand me that. Yeah, that'll work. Technical difficulty. At least I didn't spill it on anything. I hope there's not jizz on that blanket. Also,
there probably is.
There's definitely jizz on it.
They're all dead now though. So.
Yeah,
it's just dead jizz, graveyard jizz.
I wondered why it stood up straight when I dropped the towel on the ground. One of the things that was interesting about that night we got done. It was when we were done with our set. Yeah. So we're done with our set and we're outside smoking and just kind of chilling or whatever. And there was this girl that was basically, she wasn't like the bouncer, but she was checking IDs at this desk at the door and taking, it was, $3 cover or whatever, taking the cover charge and stuff.
Yeah.
And so she's sitting at the front desk, like it's probably 10 feet inside the front door the whole time. Well, we're outside chilling and talking, and all of a sudden she walks out, and there's the sidewalk, and there's the cars parked in the front, or right at the sidewalk. She walks out and posts up right at the front bumper of the car that's right out front, and she just lets off the most heinous fart.
Oh my god.
Right in front of everybody. We're all just sitting there talking, and she comes out, and she had like a little like long, those long shirts or whatever, and then chicks wear the pants underneath. Well, she just lifts it up and just lets loose, and then just goes, and then walks back inside, which I started looking around immediately because I was looking at everybody's faces to see the reaction.
Because you just saw a unicorn, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And nobody saw it or witnessed it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at everybody like, huh? Nobody. And finally, I lock eyes with the girl that's standing there, and she's just like nodding her head, like, yeah, I was there with you, buddy. Like, I was, and I'm like, that just really happened, right? And she's all, yeah, it did. And then she's like, I didn't even see it really except the sound.
Yeah. Because
it was large. Like, it was brutal.
She's just holding that shit forever.
I think she was, and she didn't want to fart as people were coming through. She's taking money, and somebody's like, oh, God.
So you got a glimpse of, like, why you never see girls fart. Like, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They just build it up, and
brutal.
they sneak off somewhere, and you just caught her, like when you catch a cat shitting in the backyard and it looks embarrassed.
Yeah, and it's just like,
that's what happened pretty much.
It was, but the thing about it is she did it shamelessly. She like looked me in the face.
Yeah.
As
she's like, yep, that's
as
what
her cheeks were slapping together, she was like, yeah, it's happening right now. And
oh man,
dude, it's so brutal.
She's like, this is really going down.
But I was just like, I was so happy that somebody experienced that with me.
Yeah.
I didn't even really know the girl that was there, or that saw it, but we connected on such a deep level.
Cause she was doing the same thing, probably. She was like, did anybody?
Yeah, exactly. We're in the club. We're just me and you, buddy. We're there. Yeah, and like I said, she looked me right in the eyes and just walked right by me after making her relieved sound. Like she just kind of it was like wow,
got the demons out.
There they are floating into everybody's nostril hairs.
That's crazy. Was she hot?
Wasn't it directed towards the car too?
Yeah, it was like she had something against the person who drove that car. She did it right on the bumper. Like she bent over slightly, and she didn't put her hands on her knees, and but she just kind of lifted it up and just wow. No, that's too polite of a sound for the fucking monstrosity that I heard come out of that. She was decent, right? She wasn't.
She wasn't. I mean, she was.
It was.
Wow.
So, anyways, there's pictures up on the Facebook right now of the show. Give a shout out to Drea Reinvented on Facebook. She was there taking pictures, and they turned out real professional looking. And she caught a couple of really good candid moments. Bud looking like somebody just kicked his dog or something. There's one, he's just staring into the camera holding the microphone.
Well, I told him when I looked at the picture, he didn't look like he was scared shitless.
No, it was
like what I expected him to look like. I expected him to look like nervous.
He looked more bored.
He looked more like it. When's it like what I'm like he was waiting for his turn to do something. Like it was for what he was supposed to do next. Like he was just.
And I had.
You could tell he had a moment where he wasn't doing anything.
I'd gone over 5 minutes on my time or something. Like, he's just like this motherfucker. Yeah, but fucking Bud tore it up. Did fucking an awesome job on the backups and.
Yeah, he was busy, huh?
Yeah.
Between
he was. He would do an intro with the turntables and then grab the mic and come out and do my backups for the show. Or like if he was busy the whole time behind the thing, put the mic in a stand and kick. I wish she would have got on stage and got some pictures of that. That would have been cool too. But I didn't even know she was going to be there taking pictures and they turned out.
We'll have to get Nat to go to one of them.
Yeah.
And because
I'd like to get
Nat's got a professional camera and she's good.
I'd like to get some video sometime soon too. And also, I think this year, like within the next few months, we need to start shopping around for some open mic comedy sessions. I wrote a bit the other day that I think would be 5 minutes just.
I keep thinking about stuff, but I don't know. When I think it's the same thing with music or anything else. I'll like it. I'll like something for a while, and then I'll just be like, "That's dog shit."
Yeah. well, that's the thing is you got to put it out there because you'll get tired of it. Like, I don't like listening to my songs really. I mean, because I've heard them so much in the making of the song.
Right.
And then, I'm tired of it, so I don't have a good grasp on what's a good, if it turns out good or not. Like same thing with jokes, you don't until you fucking put it out there. Then
what I forced myself to do with them is if I start to not like them, then I force myself to change them.
Mm-hmm.
Until I do like them again. It's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm bored. There's things I don't like about it, so I'm playing with it. I got a couple of little ideas.
That's why we should be hitting up microphones.
Yeah.
Like because if you do like that joke. Or you get bored with it, then as you're on stage doing, you're also morphing it and forming it to a crowd opinion, and that's helping you change it as well.
That's the hardest part though, is getting up in front of people and having your shit work,
dude.
Worked on in front of them.
The scariest thing to me is being old.
Yeah. And
saying that I didn't try it. That I thought I could do it and I didn't try it. Like.
Yeah.
It's scary to get up in front of a crowd for sure. Like this show that we did in Eugene, I haven't been nervous at a hip hop show for a long time, and I was hella nervous. Like it took me even like a couple of songs to really just stop breathing hard,
to lose it out,
and settle down. It's because I haven't played a show in so long, but I'll get back into it and start doing that again. And I threw a couple jokes in between songs and stuff, and I'm pretty sure I got a decent laugh out of some of them, and
right on.
But that's what I think.
How long was your guys' set?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah, Randy Absorbed MC on Facebook if you're interested, anybody. He went up first, did his set, then we went up and did our set, and then I had Randy come back up to do a couple of songs that we do together to finish it off, because they're like the hyped up fucking cocky songs, you know, like just flowing.
Yeah. And
so I had him come back up for the rest of the set. And when we got done, I believe the Architects went up next.
Yeah.
The Architects, they're who put the show on at Luckeys every Wednesday. And that's KI Design, Cerebral Cortex, Insight, Ebb 1, Undermined, and Pariah, but he wasn't there.
So they got a whole pack of it.
Yeah, they're just a collective of Eugene MCs, and they're all dope in their own right, and got their own unique sound. Fucking Undermine, man, that guy
blew me away.
Every time I've done 3 shows with him now, I think, and every time, dude, that little fucker impresses me. He's a little Asian dude, and he's just a fucking ball of it. He was doing the hosting, basically, you know, bringing up the new acts throughout the show, and also like his live performances are fucking. I'm envious of him, like, cause that little motherfucker just bounces around and fucking
awesome.
Gets the crowd hyped, and he fucking he flows too really well, and yeah, he tears it up. All those guys tear it up, like really, like talk to Insight and planning on doing a song with him here pretty soon. Probably me and Absorbed, and maybe Cerebral and Insight have their own little side project group called Collective Influence. And yeah, anybody hearing this, it's in Eugene, fucking go to Luckeys on Wednesdays and watch some fucking really solid independent local hip hop. They're doing it right there. I've done a lot of shows where it's just a mashing of fucking whack MCs, you know, and people that are, you know, trying to copy whatever they think is cool, and this one was a collective of really, really good MCs and performers. After that, No Bird Sing actually came up because they were actually on tour and had to get out, so they didn't want to play last. So they came up next, and god damn it, I forget the
Illusionists.
Well, no, the front man of No Bird Sing.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
He ripped it up. He did he stole the show of the night, like his live performance, and just really full of emotion, and at one point he grabbed the mic and the cord and he walked out into the crowd and he wrapped up like 10 people into the mic cord and like kind of grouped them all together as he was rapping, and fucking thought that was kind of cool. And then the Illusionists close it out. Sammy Warmhands is one of the rappers. He's great. He's a fucking they flow, and they've got, it's 2 dudes and then their DJ or producer guy, and they kind of got that real old school, almost Beastie Boys kind of shit going on, where they interrupt each other throughout the verses. It's impressive just watching it, like
back and forth shit.
Yeah, they do that really well, and I've done shows with them before where I remember, you know, they've always done that and been really cool. It's like really makes them stand out. Anyways, overall good show. Fucking we'll be doing it again soon. We haven't locked down a date yet, but within the next month or 2 we're gonna do another one. I wanted to take a little break and get a couple songs recorded and written, and because we're trying to get another album done by the end of this year. The Delta mixtape, look for that shit. The Absalon mixtape is out right now. Hit me up if you want one. I know nobody will, but just I'll get you one. I promise. we're gonna fucking get this locked down so we can have a free download online and everything, and then Delta mixtape should be out at the end of this year. Should be 18 to 20 new songs. We're already halfway there on it, and that'll be 40 songs that I put out this year. Like, it's a collection from 2007, but anyways, yeah, we're fucking trying to lock this down this year. Fucking get it done before I die. Anyways, so that's it on the show. Check out Lucky's private stock. What's next on the agenda? Have you watched any UFC fights? We don't have cousin Josh here, our UFC correspondent.
No. I haven't watched any in a while.
There's just a couple I wanted to talk about. Coming up, I think it's next Wednesday is UFC Fight Night 36 or something like that. And it's got 2 middleweight fights that are basically going to decide who gets the winner of the new middleweight champion, Chris Weidman, and Vitor Belfort, who fight next month. The 2 fights are Lyoto Machida for his second fight at 185 after dropping down from light heavyweight against Gegard Mousasi, who is also another bad dude. Mousasi fought for Pride a lot and fought overseas in the Japanese organizations before he came over to Strikeforce and out of UFC. But he won his opener, and Machida knocked out Mark Munoz with a head kick in his first fight at 185. I think Machida gets a title shot after this fight, so he'll fight Chris Weidman after Weidman fucks Vitor Belfort up.
Isn't Machida kind of old?
He's 36 or 35.
Yeah, I thought he was getting up there.
But he's a bad motherfucker still. He's got a few good years left in him. I think he could take it to Weidman.
But you'd probably pick Weidman to win.
I have trouble picking between my heart and my head because I got the guy that I'm rooting for and then the guy that I'm pretty sure is going to win sometimes. Yeah.
Like you got the guy you want to win, but then if you were going to lay down your life savings, money wise, which one would you?
Yeah. See,
sometimes different.
I always throw like if I do UFC picks, I'll always throw one heart pick in there. I'll try to pick with knowledge on the other fights, and then one of them I gotta throw my fucking
I like that too.
So, God, I don't even know. Might as well pick him now since we won't do another CaveCast. I'm going Machida. I think he's a beast at 185. Fucking finally dropped down to I think what was a better weight for him, and he's still powerful, obviously, and he's quick. And anyways, the second fight, the co-main event of that night is Francis Carmont, who's on an 11-fight win streak at 185, and 6 of them have been since he's been in the UFC. He's a grinder. I think he trains with GSP. Basically takes dudes down and just grinds them out. And he's fighting Ronaldo Jacare Souza, who is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's an ADCC jiu-jitsu champion multiple times. His jiu-jitsu is probably the best in the division, and he's been knocking motherfuckers silly lately too. So he's really started. He used to be just a jiu-jitsu guy. He'd be diving at people's legs trying to get them to the ground, but now he's been knocking motherfuckers out. Jacare is like alligator in Brazilian, I think, or Portuguese, and he comes down the ramp doing the alligator hands. but he's a fucking beast, and I'm definitely picking him for that fight. So either the winner of those 2 fights will fight each other for a number 1 contender, or Machida will get the shot, and Jacare will have to go through another person maybe till he gets a shot. But I think he'll be. I don't know that anybody can hang with him. I think he's brought his game to another level recently, and fucking, I'm on the Jacare bandwagon.
I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, I'll show you. You should look up Jacare Souza highlights, since we have this ability now where we can just bring it up. Oh, you already had. Is this the new one?
169.
Oh, does he have a new one up?
I couldn't find a new one.
Oh, he might not have one up yet. Don Frye. Do you remember Don? I don't know if you ever saw. Okay, here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Go Don Frye, verse That one, Takayama. Do this one.
Okay.
Oh, the best fight ever. Don Frye is, now we're shifting gears kind of, but I wanted to talk about this too. Don Frye is, he's like an old school, I think he was a heavyweight champion back when that was the only division they had in the UFC.
He's got a glorious mustache.
Oh, his mustache. He's Burt Reynolds level mustache for sure.
Yeah. Pretty nice.
But he's doing Don Frye's predictions now. It's great. He sits in a comfortable chair like what you got, and there's this hot chick with like cleavage hanging out that's making him drinks, whiskey, like in an ice, and bringing him drinks. He'll shake it, and she'll come over, but she's part of it too. You know, she kind of mouths off, and he's like smoking a cigar, and he's got this voice, this Tom Waits kind of voice, you know, and he does these predictions, and they're fucking hilarious. But anyways, go ahead and play that shit. Type in Don Frye best fight ever if anybody wants to look at this shit. And they got Mortal Kombat or something. They're just basically
Jesus Christ.
They've got a tie clinch. What do they call it? A single collar tie, basically, which is you got your hand.
You're holding, like you're bringing somebody in for a kiss. You're holding the back of their head.
A sweet lover. But then with the other hand,
you're beating the
instead
shit
of
out
fondling their genitals, your sweet lover's you are just punching him in the face.
This is just basically a race to who can stand the most punches.
Who's gonna fall down the quickest.
Jesus Christ, that looks like brutal.
So I just wanted to give you some background on Don Frye.
Yeah. He should be retarded.
Yeah.
After watching what I'm watching.
They're just swinging for the fences and connecting with almost every punch.
Jesus Christ.
I love the sound effects.
No defense whatsoever from either one of these guys.
Dude, that guy's eyes, I mean, he's Asian, so his eyes were almost closed anyways, but they're basically swollen.
He's just fighting by ninja sense now. He can't see anything.
And they do that single color tie, just punching each other a couple of times.
That's the Doom theme music.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, is that Doom?
Yeah.
He's just dropping sledgehammers on that. Oh, check left hook, stumbles him.
Oh, uppercut.
Oh my God. Somebody throw the towel in for the love of God.
I can't believe somebody's not just bleeding all over the place after all those.
Doesn't anybody care for that guy with the blonde hair? Jesus.
Doesn't he have family in the audience?
I know, like somebody
help him.
Somebody there has to care.
Game over.
Oh
Look at that
God.
face. Pause that.
Swollen.
Pause that face.
Swollen.
Look
It looks like somebody started to make a putty mask and then stopped.
of a human,
like,
yeah. But before they put any definition on it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's it reminds me of fucking Leatherface.
Yeah.
Leatherface's human mask.
He looks like he's wearing like 12 different human masks over his own
stacked
face.
on top of each other and then cooked at 350.
Wow.
You gotta work. And his gosh.
So anyways, I wanna get a little promotion for Don Frye and his predictions because they're really funny. We'll have to catch one before the next fights or whatever and see if my picks
just does them on
match up.
YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty great. Speaking of scrap downs, the big news this week is George Zimmerman is trying to get back in the limelight without getting all of his rights taken away or arrested again. He's now, I'm not sure how it. Can you look something up? Yep. Maybe not on YouTube, but like just on Google or something. The origins of those fights. Put in like Zimmerman. I think it's a Zimmerman DMX celebrity boxing match. Because I'm not sure. I think there's a promoter that does all the other or did all the other celebrity boxing. You know, Greg Brady versus whoever and
Vanilla Ice fought somebody.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. I think wasn't it Greg Brady against Bonaducci or something like that?
This is saying canceled.
Canceled after public outrage. Yeah, go into that and maybe find some.
I had a feeling that this wouldn't that it wouldn't be able to go through because too many people would be like, look, there's people that hate
it's fucked
him.
up. Yeah, I mean,
they're like, don't give this guy a chance to earn money.
Here, read us a little bit of that, Budley.
In far from surprising news, a celebrity boxing match announced earlier this week, set to pit George Zimmerman against rapper DMX for charity, has been called off, with the promoter saying he would rather make people happy than make money from the fight.
That's I mean,
yeah,
that's a good way to.
That's legit.
Good way to go about it.
And
Although,
DMX, I wanted to watch DMX.
Although, yes, that man is a crazy person.
Yeah,
like. He's a fucking maniac.
I wanted to see him just knock him out and be like, roar, roar, roar,
yeah.
just barking at him and shit.
The dog is here. Oh my god.
DMX was perfect.
Yeah,
that would have been if I got to choose my rapper heavy, like my guy to fight him, it would have been, DMX, 50 Cent, The Game, just somebody that's crazy enough to hurt him.
Yeah, 50 Cent's got a gay mom. I don't know if he really.
Yeah, well, he has the muscles, is what I'm thinking.
That is,
and he's in the boxing world, but he's so businessman these days. Maybe he doesn't have what it takes.
I don't think he's got a foot in the streets anymore.
The Game was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a.
Game's got 2 feet in the streets.
I don't listen to the Game's music, but I've watched a video of the Game beat this guy while he was holding his phone.
Can you bring that up? Because you talked about that last night, and I haven't seen it.
He's like a gang member / rapper guy.
/ businessman
who was talking shit, and the Game went out and beat the guy's ass while he was holding his own phone, if I remember right, and sent it to World Star Hip Hop.
Wait, he was videotaping it himself?
Yeah, while he was beating the guy's ass. It was crazy. Just put like the Game fights or the Game whatever. Yeah. See.
Fights. Goddamn, does the Game fight everybody? What's up with that?
I don't see.
Dude, it's like Kimbo Slice. Oops, sorry. Like Kimbo Slice.
It's Spider Loc. That's who he beats up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Spider Loc.
Yeah, let's see this
and
shit.
He's like, that's it right there on the top. He's recording it himself, if I remember
right. With a KO, huh?
This guy's supposed to be hardcore gangster style.
Is that the Game?
Yeah, it is. It was real news, dude.
Yeah. Let's go on the Phillip.
Huh? Yeah. Huh? You gonna put nigga on the internet now, nigga? Huh? You gonna put nigga on the internet? Huh? Huh? You gonna put nigga on? Oh, square it up. Huh? 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 Okay, 40.
God damn.
Nigga, 40 Glock, yo. Fuck ass, nigga.
Did he say 40 Glock?
Maybe that's his name. This is why I wanted the Game to fight him though, like, cause he gets down.
What the hell?
What, nigga? No, this bitch ass gonna call the police, nigga. That nigga fuck my sixes up too, nigga. Blood all on my shit, man.
Fuck my sixes up.
Fuck that nigga. I'm sleep, nigga.
See what I'm saying? Like, imagine him fighting George Zimmerman.
It looks like LeBron James from the side.
Yeah, dude. And you'd have to look up, like, there's a whole reason why this happened. I don't remember what it is. You'd have to look up the backstory, but I found this video one day.
Damn.
And I was like, damn, I never really listened to the Game's music, but he gets down.
I did. I listened to that first album because I thought, dude, that first 50 Cent album back in the day was the shit.
This guy's known.
Games.
From what I remember, this guy's known for being like a bully and bullying people.
Spider Loc?
And putting people on World Star Hip Hop. So the Game goes out and does it to him. Like, that's why he did this.
Oh.
Like, he just...
That was the only reason? It didn't have any, like, personal
They might how this occurred, if I remember right, is they were at the same party, and the Game basically waited for him to leave. And then
40 Glock. Okay, that's his name.
Okay, I thought it was Spider Loc. I don't know why. But, yeah. whoever the fuck that guy is. The game just
I
beats
thought he was
him.
getting ready to. 40 Glock claims the game and his Black Wall Street members had guns drawn on him. The game said, iPhone in the left hand, Mayweather and this nigga with the right. That's fucking crazy.
40 Glock claimed later after the video that what you didn't see was that the game and a bunch of his friends had already beat on him a bunch before they turned the camera on.
Oh, really?
And he was outnumbered.
Oh, that's that. Glock says the games dudes had guns drawn on him.
Yeah, and that's why he wasn't fighting back, which might be true. I don't know, but he still was.
Yeah, editing is a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
Could you take that fucking pistol out of that shot, please?
But this is what
replace it with a banana.
I wanted the game when they said the game was gonna beat up Zimmerman. I was like, dude, he will too, because I rendered this video whenever they said that.
G'd up from the sixes up.
I mean, he was pissed.
Got blood. He fucked up my sixes.
Yeah, he was pissed off because his sixes got blood on him after he just beat this guy's ass.
What are sixes?
I don't know.
Are they Jordans?
I think so. I think they're.
Is that racist and stereotypical?
They're
either they Jordans.
They're either might be. Yeah, I think they are Jordans.
Mayweather and. Yeah, right, dude. He almost knocked him out. Mayweather don't do that shit.
Yeah.
What were you were jabbing him? You were
like
sticking and moving with the right.
I like when he's laying on the ground with his head on the ground, and the game just like gives him like 3 kidney shots.
I love how he said.
Look how scared he is, dude. He's hiding in the bushes.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to hide behind leaves, like so you won't see him or something.
If they got guns drawn on him, it's like, dude, the leaves are gonna stop bullets.
No. He's just hoping that like maybe I'll just disappear in these bushes and they won't even see me. Like that's how the video starts, dude. He's hiding behind leaves. Cracks me up every time.
iPhone in the left. Yeah, so like I said, I had mixed feelings about it from the get-go because as much as I would like my whole view on it is dude acted within the law when he shot that kid. Mm-hmm. Like the kid attacked him from all the evidence that I've seen and taken emotion out of it completely. Because we talked about it on the CaveCast before. It's like you let emotion come in right off the bat and it's like I want his fucking head.
Well, and I did.
You know, he murdered a young child. Then you let the media fucking. I let
it all affect me in the beginning. I was like, "Fuck that guy," and there's still part of me that thinks it wouldn't have happened if he would have stayed home.
He's a pile of shit because it wouldn't have happened if he didn't have a gun on him. He wouldn't have felt fucking.
And if he just wouldn't
ballsy,
if he just would have stayed home, he called the cops, you know.
Yeah.
But technically, if you look at what's there as evidence, he followed the stand your ground law.
And basically,
or took advantage of the stand your ground law, however you want to word it.
And from the other side of things, it's not right to just fucking. You can't. If somebody just makes you mad, you can't just go fucking swinging on them and fucking. You know, you just can't. Be an adult, dude. Like, there's a violent part of some cultures that fucking, you know. It's like you start swinging on somebody right off the bat like that, and I don't want to fucking single out black culture because there's fucking white dudes that do this shit too.
We just had a guy get shot in Winston, man.
Really?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Robert Williams.
Oh my god. So I texted Jerry last night. Yeah, I grew up with him. I texted Jerry last night because that kid punched Jerry in the face one time when we were kids.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Jared his brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jared almost got in a fight at Sunday.
I fought Jared 3 times like growing up.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so what happened? Because all I saw was something about rest in peace Robert Williams, and I texted Jerry because I remember me and Jerry were together when the kid punched him in the mouth.
My sister sent me...
For talking shit.
I found out because my sister sent me a... Drugs
or somebody's wife?
I didn't say what the reason was. This was right when it first happened, but it was
Robert Williams, Roseburg, Oregon, something like that.
Yeah, I can't get it, but yeah, all it said was the cops responded.
Oh, the cops shot him?
No, the cops responded, I think, and showed up to what they heard was a shooting or something, and they found an unresponsive male, and then they declared him dead at the hospital. Now, I don't know if that meant that he was dead before or once he got to the hospital, wasn't really clear when he died, but they declared him dead at the hospital, and he was unresponsive when the cops showed up.
KEZI or something, get us some local. Winston Police, yeah, there you go. Yeah. KMTR or whatever.
It was in Winston. Like, I think it was like 2 a.m. or something.
So that's like 5 miles away from us tops, if that even, from where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Do they know? Read us what they got there, Budley. And then we'll after this we'll take a little break.
Yeah, he's trying to find it. There's a bunch of shit there. But
what do they say?
Police arrested a man suspected of shooting another man early Saturday morning along North Main Street in Winston.
Donald Davis.
How old is he?
38-year-old Donald Davis.
Huh.
And yeah, Robert was either a grade or 2 ahead of us.
Yeah, he was like a grade ahead
and
of
us. Jared was like the first person, his younger brother was the first person that I ever smoked a cigarette with in like 3rd grade or something like that. Because basically their mom, I was a kid, so I didn't really know what was up, but I'm thinking she had drug problems or something like that. Because basically anytime I wanted to fucking have free reign, I would just say, can I stay the night at Robert's house? Or at Jared's house, and we would go, never even stay the night at his house. We'd stay the night at wherever, like when we were 12 and 11 and shit. Mm-hmm. And fucking, younger than that, like 8 or 9, basically, because we stopped hanging out after we got in a fight when we were like 11 or something like that. And, just to use the cliche term, wrong side of the tracks kind of kids, I guess.
Well, yeah. You remember our librarian at Sunny Slope, Mrs. Moo?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jared got me put into fucking anger management because I was in trouble already. Mm-hmm. I had to do my work in the library because I got kicked out of class. And I was in class with you, I think.
Was that 5th grade?
No, this was 6th grade. So okay. You were in my 6th grade class?
I think me and you were in 5th grade together.
Yeah. So this is 6th grade, and I got kicked out of class for goofing off, and I was sitting in the library, and Jared walked by, and he just stopped, because I don't know if me and him had ever even met each other, but he was like...
He's just a fucking punk.
He was flexing at me, like he was going to do something, and I go, do something, you little pussy. And we both ended up, like, talking shit back and forth, right there in the middle, and I remember the librarian walked up.
Hardcore grade schoolers, I'll tell you what.
I know, and then he started to walk off, and I was like, "Why don't you shut the hell up?" And that's when the librarian walked over and was like, "What's going on?" And then
did you just say hell?
Yeah, and she got me put into anger management because of that altercation. So I had to skip one of my recesses.
Dude, don't you watch the NFL? It's always the guy that responds that gets the flag.
I was sitting there minding my own business, and
you got the laundry because you were the responder.
Also, another Jared Williams story is he pulled a knife on this Mexican guy named Mario, and Mario just bitch slapped him, and he dropped the knife. Those are the only.
I got in a fight. I got in a fight with him with rollerblades on, one time. I think we were probably 10 or 11.
You guys were both wearing rollerblades?
I had rollerblades on.
Well, you were at a disadvantage.
Yeah, but okay, so I don't know if you ever knew them, but Hope and Heather were twins, and they were like 4 years older than us, maybe 5, but they were super hot. And they lived.
Dude, I would have remembered that.
They lived like 7 houses down from my dad's house, and they would hang out with us, like out in the yard and stuff, and because I think I don't know why they would hang out with us, but we'd go down there and they would come outside and hang out with us, and we thought it was the coolest shit.
Because girls like attention.
They were a lot older than us too. Yeah. It's like never did we have a chance, but we all had crushes on them, you know.
Yeah, they were like you guys were like play toys, something to have fun.
Yeah, something like it was amusing or something.
Yeah, because girls are smarter than boys at that age, you know. Exactly. Plus, they were already older than you, so. They probably thought it was funny watching you guys run around with boners.
Yeah, exactly. Just raging hormones beginning. We don't know what's going on.
And you guys probably, they probably just got a kick out of you. Thought you guys were funny and stuff.
Yeah.
You might have even had a chance.
We circled jerk to them later or something.
If you guys would have been a little smarter, you know.
If I could go back with the knowledge I have now.
Yeah. I think about that all
the time. What? You just be mean to him. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
at that age. You just fucking, you just be mean to him. Okay. Anyways, so this was one of those occasions, and me and Jared, it was a weird thing we had. Like, we were always friends. We're either friends or just mortal enemies for some reason. It would flip like that, like, because I would just, he was a punk kid. I'll say I was a punk kid, I think.
Yeah.
It definitely mouthy little fuck. That reminds me of another Jared Williams story. Anyways, we got in a scrap. We got in a scrap with rollerblades on, and then I took my rollerblades off, and we fought again. And then after I started getting tired, I picked up a rollerblade like I was gonna hit him with it, and that ended the fight. I didn't hit him with it to end the fight, but I mean, I'm just saying. Here's another time. I got one more story, and then we'll go to break here in a couple of minutes. This one's a good one. First time I was ever knocked out. Like, fucking take a nap. Yeah. So we're Sunny Slope. It's on a weekend. Me and Jared are walking through. We had just, like I said, I started smoking cigarettes with him like way young. We used to steal them from his mom and my brother and sister's dad at the time. Well, he's still their dad technically, I guess, but yeah, he was around at the time. But anyways, we had just smoked a cigarette. We're walking through, and like I said, probably 10 or 11 years old, and these older kids, like, 15, 16, maybe older than that, are playing basketball, playing one-on-one basketball. Well, as he was wont to do, Jared starts fucking piping off to him. We're across the playground, but Jared starts mouthing.
And it's just the way he is, too.
Yeah. And just some random, you're playing basketball? Ooh. Yeah, something stupid.
Little fuck face.
But me being the follower I was then, fucking thought he was the cool kid, so I started talking shit, Yeah. And these kids don't really say anything. It's like, fuck you, little fucks. Well, we get on the trail, and we're walking this trail that's in between two houses there, right by the playground on Sunny Slope.
Mm-hmm. Because you guys are leaving.
Yeah, we're just walking through the playground towards my house. Yeah,
I walked that same trail.
Well, as we're walking, I just hear fucking footsteps running behind me, and I go to turn around, and the next thing you know, I wake up fucking sitting against the chain link fence and that's bordering the trail. I'm just sitting there like, the fuck, and I look over and I just see feet running off this way, which was the dude that fucking socked me up. And then I look over the other way and I see Jared fucking half a block down the street just bolting, fucking bouncing, just leaving me.
Little bitch.
So a dude that fucking lived on
So you got to feel what it feels to play the knockout game, basically.
I got knocked out gamed, yeah. I for sure did.
That's what it feels like. You hear footsteps and you wake
up on the sidewalk. There was a dude, an adult that lived in the house next to the trail or whatever, that came and fucking picked me up, and he like chased after the kid for a minute and then came back to me, like, because they were long gone or whatever, and I was fucking probably crying at the time. Like, what the fuck happened? What happened?
That'd be crazy to get knocked out that way, though.
I never saw him. All I saw was fucking the soles of his shoes running away, because it was just, I was folded up.
You saw his sixes.
Yeah. I got blood on his sixes and shit. So anyways, that's my Jared story, but I fucking can't imagine what it would be like to lose a brother.
Me neither, man. I feel bad for him.
My heart goes out to him, no matter how much of a piece of shit he used to be or still is, maybe.
And he was a kid too. Yeah. I bet you that there's people out there that tell these same stories about how much of an asshole I was when I was a kid, because I was. So they're
probably doing a podcast right now, just fucking talking shit on.
But I don't know what happened, and I don't know whose fault it was, but it sucks, man. Yep. I mean, it shouldn't get to that point. Whatever happened.
Drugs or girls? That's what somebody told me one time.
Usually it's drugs, girls,
in this town,
or money. Yeah.
Well,
I guess drugs and
money is tied in with both of those things usually. Anyways, if you would be so kind to play us into a break. I don't know if you're set up, but we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Finish this bitch off. Refresh our drinks. Thank you for listening. We will be right back kick us something, Budley.
What's up, girl? You know, you've been giving me that look. You've been giving me that look saying, you ain't wants to fuck.
You ain't want.
But you got two choices, honey. Because you're going to get it one way or the other. Those two choices, you're going to like it or you're going to love it. Because when I get balls deep, I touch every bit of you inside. I want to feel your organs on the tip of my ding dong girl.
Alright, cut the. We're back. Sorry, fucking.
If you want to get wet, girls, just turn that on. And close your eyes.
Listen to the sweet sounds of Bud and Kynes. Or Kynes Bud. Dude, Kynes Bud? You guys got a side group.
Yeah.
Right there.
Side project right there.
Like. Sloan,
do my own Barry White CD.
Stoner set / fucking Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Kynes Bud. Yeah. So on that funny tip, Phillip Seymour Hoffman found with a needle in his arm
and 70 bags of heroin.
70 bags. We were trying to decide what how big the bags probably were.
They're probably
if they were like gram bags, man, that's a whole bunch of.
I was listening to, I think it was Opie and Anthony, and his caller called in and was like, this is how heroin works. Like, they sell it in individual stamp bags for like individual high for $10.
Yeah.
Then they sell on what's a bundle.
A single serving?
Yeah, there's single servings. And then there's a bundle, which I think is 10 bags. And then there's something called the next up from a bundle.
So it must be a point.
Yeah.
A point of a gram. And
there's
then
like
10 bags is a gram.
And then so on. And so he, he's an actor. He's
70
got money.
points. He had 7 grams of fucking junk.
Yeah. And
wow.
He probably buys in bulk.
Right.
Because he's got money and he's got a connection and he's a heroin addict. He does it right. So when you hear 70 bags, you can't think.
He sure does it right.
You can't think of 70 sandwich bags like he's.
Yeah.
It was probably a weekend's worth or a week worth.
Wow.
Because there's guys that have 10 bag a day or 10 point a day addiction. So I mean,
which fucking I imagine a gram would kill anybody. Phone call.
No, it was.
Oh.
It was just Natalie.
When are you coming home?
She told me to get juice on my way home.
Juice?
Alex is sick. Yeah.
What, you guys got some paperwork to do?
No.
Oh, you're doing your taxes.
We're gonna.
Jews.
Alex is sick, and we have to sacrifice Jews in the backyard.
Oh, to the.
No, so apple juice. We need Jew blood to cure my son because he's German.
Doesn't it make sense? It makes sense to me. I mean, I heard the Chinese use Jew blood for erection dysfunction.
Yeah, but just
dysfunction.
Just their noses.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God.
Erectile dysfunction.
That would have been embarrassing for me. Okay. Erection dysfunction. Okay, I see where I fucked up.
Yeah, well, it still works.
Projectile erectile. Another band name. Or dude, side project after side project.
That's
being
born
today, right folks. Listen close. We got work coming out. So yeah, meandering again. Phillip Seymour Hoffman, man. Kind of wanted to talk because it's kind of a generally known thing that he's a good actor, but I think people just say that. A lot of people but I remember a moment where he evoked some serious emotion and Jesus, fucking burpee. Sorry, I have gastrointestinal issues right now, folks. We'll just edit that out later. I won't really edit it out because I'm lazy, but
just pretend you don't hear it.
Yeah. So, anyways, the first time that I ever watched Boogie Nights, which I was probably too young to be watching it. I don't remember. I was probably 14 or something, I guess.
Awesome movie.
Yeah, but I remember the first time I'd ever had an actor that they're pretending something, but really you start to feel something for them. It was when his character, who was gay, and he loved Marky Mark.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the spot. Is when
exactly what you were
when
doing.
he put himself out there and got shut down because Marky Mark is just gay for pay in that movie.
Yeah.
$20 to see it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
it's $10 to see it. $20 if you want to watch me jack off.
what was Beer Fest or whatever? He's $10 to see it. $20 if you want to touch it, or he's all $20 if you want to see me touch it, $40 if you want to touch it. But yeah, then he put himself out there and got shut down, and that whole fucking idiot, you really started. I just started to feel something for this for this poor dude that just wanted Marky Mark's sweet hog,
and you could just feel
deep in his ass crack.
Yeah, you could feel his embarrassment and his shame. He's done that to me a few
but that was when I really that's what a good actor is, and
he's the shit, dude. And if you think about range, he's done everything. He's funny, he's been funny. He was Twister's a shit movie, but he was Dusty in Twister. He was kind of the funny dude in that.
And I thought he's the most memorable character in that movie. Or
he's the sadistic bad guy in Mission Impossible, or he's a nerdy manservant in The Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah,
remember? We've been frantically trying to reach you, dude. He could just play anything, dude.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's it's just another loss to heroin.
Yeah, much. people got their demons, and that's a rough one.
Punch Drunk Love. He played the mattress man. I don't know if you ever saw that with Adam Sandler.
That's when Adam Sandler had. Okay, he's got
the
an anger
man.
problem.
Yeah.
That was actually
the bad guy
who
really
sends
the bad guy who sends people to fuck with Adam Sandler is Phillip Seymour Hoffman.
Okay. Yeah, he's been in a shit ton of fucking good movies, and that's the thing. Like I said, everybody's got their demons, but we can sort of vouch for. I don't know if you're.
I've been through it myself, man.
We both had our battles with opiates in the past, so to speak, and
there's a brutal addiction because you get to a point where it loses its fun after a long time, and you get to the point where you're just maintaining and not trying to be sick. That's
why they call chasing the dragon because the dragon is that one time that where it gets you.
Well, for me, it was the first. I had a good solid month.
Oh yeah.
And then
it doesn't deteriorate quick. It used to be, for in mine, let's get high and record out. Some songs.
Yeah.
We used to bang out song after song.
Same thing
when
with
I was first starting out doing music.
It's something to put you in a different mood and to feel good, and you would do something.
And make you feel like you could fucking fight Chuck Liddell. In his prime, Chuck Liddell, not now Chuck Liddell. You'll fucking sneeze on him and knock him out probably.
I didn't realize
I'm just kidding, Chuck, if you ever hear this.
I didn't realize it, but I was using opiates to treat depression, too. It took me out. And that was
one thing I've always said, is at the time, I would say it feels better to feel nothing at all than to feel what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
It's better to just numb it all than, it's the same, it's a horrible, vicious cycle that you get yourself into.
And it's just a bad idea to do that because, to steal something that Phil Anselmo said from Pantera, it's like putting a Band-Aid over cancer. When you're treating depression with opiates, you're just putting a Band-Aid over cancer. You're not fixing anything. You're just creating a bigger problem and ignoring.
Right.
But that's that I got over that, but I know what it feels like. It's brutal, and heroin's even on another level.
Oh yeah,
I've never done heroin. I never shot anything. So he was. I only got a taste of what he probably went through, really.
Yeah,
and
we definitely went 70 bags of heroin deep in it. I mean, we were fairly deep, I would say. it's fucking. I'm sure it's 10 times more brutal than something made in a laboratory with that's cleaner and and that's what you do. You fucking you're piling on. You let yourself have that long of a leash on you, and then you just keep letting it get longer, and then at some point you're just trying to be able to get out of bed in the morning, and it's and all drugs I believe fuck with your serotonin production, and when it's something that you need every day to go through your normal fucking schedule or whatever, then your serotonin receptors and producers and everything is just completely fucked all the time. And that's what makes it so hard for addicts to get off of stuff, is because it takes a long time for your brain to correct itself. It's
because it's used to having a trigger.
Exactly.
That does it for you, and then all of a sudden you don't have that trigger anymore, and your brain goes, "What the fuck? Where's the button that you always push? I don't handle this anymore." And it takes a while for your brain to get back.
And another thing that the addict brain does, like trying to quit cigarettes, is for me right now is what it is. But also back when I first started trying to quit pills, it's like your brain, since it doesn't have that, I don't know if it's related directly, but you don't have that, so you're a little more susceptible to the addict part of your brain going, this is the reason we can do this. This is why it's okay today.
You can do it just on the weekends.
Exactly. Or this is an excuse why you can, even though you're broke, where you can get this money to fucking to make us happy, make us better.
You don't need gas in your car.
Yeah, exactly. Shelter. Who the fuck needs shelter these days? I mean, the weather's pretty nice here.
Do your dogs really need to eat every day?
They're spoiled. I mean, for God's sakes, they're lucky they don't have to hunt this shit down.
That's one thing about me. Like, I always, as bad as I got, I always prided myself on the fact that I took care of everything, paid my bills, and I showed up for work.
Shaking up beer.
Yeah.
But it's not something I would recommend.
And not everybody got out of it like we. I dropped that beer and I tried to open it. It's I think it takes a certain type of mindset or whatever to be able to stick with it and understand what you're doing. After a while,
you just have to convince
your brain has a good way of blinding yourself.
What you have to do is find a way to make go. You can't do it.
Yeah.
There's no dabbling.
Yeah.
Once you become addicted to something, you cannot dabble in it. This is
It's it's a brutal thing, and then when you're, I don't know if it's still like it was. I'm sure drugs are always super prevalent in Hollywood. I don't think heroin necessarily is, but how long was he clean for? 22 years or something like that, and then last year he relapsed. That's scary in itself.
Well, what I heard was
to go 20. How can you not think that you're fucking perfectly fine and cured after 22 fucking years?
What I heard on Opie and Anthony, because they talked about it, was that he was clean, he got hurt, and he got on pain medication.
They gave him pain meds,
and that's where he went off the wagon. And that's totally understandable because they're same drug.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing.
And that's the thing about.
And I'm sure after you're a heroin junkie, you take pills and you're like, man, some heroin would be nice right now.
Well,
it's just I could really feel it.
I mean, it's just opening up that door all over again. Like, that's what people need to think about is when you get hurt and you get prescribed a bottle of Percocet. If you don't know a lot about it, you need to really sit there and look at that bottle and think, do I hurt bad enough?
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start taking those things, you run the risk of a whole fucking situation opening up.
Yeah.
From there on out. So, I personally, my personal opinion is that most painkillers should not be prescribed for most of the things they're prescribed for. I mean, there's a doctor that said that he said he had a burn victim who had to actually have skin grafts. She refused pain medication.
Wow.
Because
See, she didn't need it.
As much pain as she was in,
she dealt with it.
She did not want to deal with that shit.
Right.
Like that's impressive, and most people, I couldn't do that. Most people can't do that, but that just gives you an idea of how dangerous the shit is.
Well, I've got an example. Like, I had the surgery a couple of months ago for the ball cancer, and my parents all know I had an issue, back then. And on the way to surgery, my dad says, let's talk about pain medication.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Kind of, because I don't really think about it anymore. And he said, well, is it going to be a problem? Like they're going to prescribe you some kind of opiate or something.
Right.
And I said, well, we'll ask him about alternatives, but I really don't see it being a problem. And fucking basically, I woke up from my surgery and the doctor was there writing me a prescription. So I was immediately like, fuck yeah, give me whatever you want to give me. And
especially in the state
I
you were
didn't say anything about it. Yeah. And but I came home with those and like you said, you think, do I really need them right now? And I couldn't get out of bed to walk to the bathroom, and I could, but it was awful. Like,
you could have easily talked yourself into taking them. Yeah.
And I did. I took them, but as needed. Like, I took a half of one. There were 5s or something. I took a half one to see if that took the pain away.
Yeah.
And if it didn't, if it got to where like I couldn't move around in bed without severe pain, then
you just didn't allow yourself to cheat and take
exactly. And that went through my head, just like you said. It went through my head like, man, I could take 4 of these right now and just feel on cloud 9. And I didn't do it. I stayed.
That's good.
And that conversation with my dad was always going through my head too. It's like, well, he knows I have these also, and not that he would find out like if I fucking decided to do it, but I said I don't think it'll be a problem.
Yeah.
And so but not a lot of people. I've seen fucking. I haven't known anybody super personally close who died from overdoses, but I've known we went to school with a few people that have already died younger than us that have already fucking.
I overdosed. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
I didn't die, but obviously, but I got took dangerously too much. Like, I combined one drug with another drug that I didn't know a lot about, and it got ugly.
Yeah, and it's easy to do. Fucking, I gotta figure out something different to say than rest in peace, because it fucking seems so cliche, I guess, but it it works. That's why it is what it is. It's just but yeah, rest in peace, Phillip Seymour Hoffman, R.I.P.
Well,
PSH.
It sucks that he's not gonna make it anymore. And his family has to deal with it.
That's the hard part.
He does have a nice body of work he left behind, at least.
Well, and with Patrice, it's like anything that comes out in the news, I'm like, man, I wish we still had Patrice to give his take on this,
Yeah.
Or a lot of people that have died, and it just
it feels that way because you have these people die, but then you got Justin Bieber.
Still
reigning
still
supreme.
fucking drag racing and smoking that ganja.
And the thing about him though is as much as everybody hates him, I guess I would be doing the same thing if I was his age and I had all that money.
It's never a good equation when you give somebody that young. Because do you remember how much of a fucking idiot you were at 17 or 18 or 19?
Yeah.
Or even fucking 24,
Well, that's what we were talking about at work the other day, and I was down on him, and I was like, then I just for a split second remembered who I was when I was his age, and I was like, what if he gave me all that money?
Yeah.
What would I do with it? I would
just pussy just throwing it itself at you.
I'd probably be racing Ferraris and pissing in people's.
Even if he's got a small dick, he has no idea
Yeah.
that his dick is small.
Yeah.
Because every girl just wants him so bad.
Yeah.
And it's
he still makes music though.
You can hate him. Yeah, they're totally hateable, but it's like you feel bad at the same time for him because you kind of could see where it could go. Yeah, it's fucking Dead space.
He's gonna be
He's gonna be
sucking dick for coke in 20 years.
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
He's headed that direction.
Thanks for saving us there with
What happened here last night? There was something you were gonna tell me.
Oh yes. Okay. So
I'm waiting to hear this.
we have a friend that sometimes consumes a little too much and falls asleep, and when he falls asleep, he uncontrollably urinates. So, this friend, we were in Bud's room, and he had the beat machine hooked up and everything, and all of a sudden this friend disappears, and you just hear just beats coming out of the room, just forever, and then all of a sudden it stopped for a while, and everybody's like, "Where's he at?" Well, we go looking for him and find him passed out at the desk, as he just passed out, and I go in there, I'm like, "Come here, you want to go to bed?" I was going to take him into a bed, and he's like, "No, I just want to go." And I'm trying to be careful here. I'm treading shallow ice. God damn. King of the reference. Goes outside and says, fucking call me a cab. And then, so I go out there, and he's like, "Go inside. I got there's a pack of cigarettes you need to grab for me," or whatever. I'm like, "Okay, think nothing of it. Go grab the smokes and take him outside, give them to him." His cab shows up, he takes off. Well, this morning, do you want to take over the story from here, Bud?
Yeah, so I go and I sit down at my desk, sit in my chair, and I was like starting to mess around doing something, a beat or something, and all of a sudden my ass kind of feels wet. I noticed that the floor was wet, but I figured it was just from somebody's shoes, like walking outside or something. And then I realized that I've been sitting in piss, and so I had to take a shower.
So he passed out at a computer desk and then peed on the computer desk chair.
Yeah.
And
it's absorbent.
Which it all came together. It's like, okay, that's why he didn't want to come back inside.
Yeah.
That's why I had to go get his cigarettes for him. That's why he called the cab from outside.
Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
And I remember I was trying to wake him up, and I was all shaking his leg, and I didn't notice anything at the time.
Well, I went in because Bud was trying to wake him up first, and damn it, I'm gonna say too much.
Maybe a bad idea.
It's happened at look. I don't have this problem. My bladder is. It's one of the few things I have that's strong. Like, my bladder just doesn't fail me. But I have a friend, Brandon, and I'll say his name. He's some people have weak fucking bladders, and they pass out so deep that they don't wake up when the trigger goes off, and their bladders just let go. There's nothing
I've
they
had
can
the
do
dreams before where I was pissing sometime, and then I piss myself.
Yeah, see, I've never had that, but man, it's a normal thing. Like, you even have a normal bladder, and you've done it.
Yeah,
I guess so.
I mean, not since I was like a kid, but
I don't do that, but I look at it as like a semi-normal thing, because maybe that's just because I have a friend who has a serious problem with it, but
it's like you got to be careful where you pass out.
Yeah,
try to do it onto a tarp, curl up with a tarp,
the diaper on.
So, anyways, did you want to? We kind of alluded to this story, which brought up another story for you. I forget what it was now, but it seemed like there was something interesting about somebody ran their car down the road.
Oh yeah. Well, me, Anthony, and a guy named Matt went to a party together, and it was basically a bunch of people that he knew, and he was taking me and Anthony there, and me and Anthony went in, and Matt just got bombed. Like he was drinking hardcore and stuff, and he ended up just humiliating himself. Like, he fucking knocked this. He was picking a fight with this guy, like just playing around, and he ripped his shirt off, and that was kind of humiliating because he didn't have what you would call a good body, and he was hairy.
Yeah.
So he's like a hairy ape, standing there, and then
a little chimp.
he pushed the guy twice, just joking, and the guy just like picks him up and launches him into this fucking giant shelf with all these knickknacks, and they break. And the guy who has the house
it's
comes
like
in.
The movies. I wish I could have seen that.
It was pretty. I was laughing. I was standing against the wall laughing pretty fucking hard. And then Matt got chewed out for that, so he was kind of embarrassed. Couldn't find his shirt. Walks outside to go sit in his car and I think smoke a cigarette. And then, like, me and Anthony were doing whatever, and then finally we were both like, "Where the fuck's Matt?" And I was like, "We haven't seen him since he broke that fucking thing." And Anthony went outside to look for him, and then he came in and he was like, dude, you know, Anthony was calling me outside, and I come running out, and Matt is standing in the middle of the road looking down this little hill where his car was parked.
How old were you guys at the time? We were 21?
We were working at Abbey, so we were probably about 19.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 19, 18. And so I come out there and we jog out to Matt, and Matt's car had coasted down the hill and slammed into another fucking car. Like, he took it off the emergency brake or whatever, and it just went down the hill and fucking smashed this car to bits. And then me and Anthony were out there trying to ask Matt what was going on, and he was speaking nonsense. And finally this chick comes out with her boyfriend, and they like kind of were looking around, and then they looked down the hill, and that was their car.
Oh,
and
shit.
he just lost his shit. We had to stop this guy from beating his ass pretty much. And he was just humiliated, dude. It was one of those nights where you go to a party and you end up being the dickhead, you know.
You got a lot of text messages to send the next day.
It was just, I've had smaller versions of that, you know, but I've never been the guy who just totally fucked up, you know, like, yeah. It sucked.
I've had a couple of nights where I had a few calls to make the next day. Not too many though.
No, I haven't had
something about alcohol, you know. It's just like that's the only time I ever have to apologize for something is alcohol related. Seems like
I've never had a really, really bad night, so I can usually keep my shit together.
Oh, Bud's got something special for us queued up. It looks like.
People and all my Facebook friends, I just wanted to do a video.
She's
to let
bigger
everybody
girl.
know that I don't know why I suck dick, and to be like, to be honest, text me if you want your dick sucked. I don't know why I do that. It's just, I really don't know. Like, all my friends tell me to stop, but like whenever I try to stop, it's like I can't. And I'm tired of everybody on Facebook, and I'm just keeping it real. I'm tired of everybody on Facebook sitting there calling me a fucking hoe, a thought, and all every fucking name in the fucking book. Okay? So if I suck dick, that's on me. Like, y'all can't stop me. But I understand that it's hurting my friends, my family, and all that. I understand that. I feel y'all about that. But that don't give y'all no right to comment on my shit and dog me out and shit. Because I can comment on the shit, but I don't, because I don't let the shit bother me. So, for all y'all people that keep commenting on my statuses and shit, common sense, stop.
My
Because I'm not
statuses?
fucking replying. It's fucking old, it's petty shit, and if you want to fight me over that fucking shit, then it's up there. You know what I'm saying? Yes,
pause.
It's up there.
You want your round, and you
Can you run that back?
Up there?
Yeah, go back like 20 seconds because there's a couple of things I wanted to hear.
Now that's what I call an addiction. You know?
Yeah, we want to talk about addiction.
I don't
Phillip Seymour Hoffman had it easy.
So, for all y'all people that keep commenting on my statuses
Pause.
and shit, common sense, stop.
I think she meant to say status.
Yeah, it's just that
You
stratus.
quit commenting on my statuses.
You know what this reminds me of? Is that
Run it back right before that.
what's his Jim Jeffries?
For all y'all people that keep commenting on my statuses
Okay,
and
pause.
shit,
The Jim Jeffries joke where he's comparing girls who think they're slutty to girls who are slutty. He's like, let me guess, you think you're dirty because you like to deep throat. He's like, but you know, a real slut is a girl who is sucking a dick and thinks to herself, you know what would be great? another dick. You know, like, that's what this girl's like. You know, she's not happy unless there's another dick, another dick, another dick.
Just line them up. Okay, good.
Yeah, when I rewind it, it just starts playing.
For all y'all people that keep commenting on my statuses and shit, stop.
The look on her face right there, too. You could stop. Her eyes get all big. Okay.
I like a girl that takes a stand for something she cares about.
Yeah, exactly, you know?
Jesus.
You know, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything, right?
Right.
Even if that something you stand for is just legions of dicks that go in and out of your mouth repeatedly.
Just like what this girl wants is she just wants to take all the water out of the ocean, fill it with dicks, and just be able to suck them until she dies.
Just suck her way to another continent. Okay, play that shit. Damn, we got another minute.
Not fucking replying. It's fucking it's petty shit, and if you wanna fight me over that fucking shit, then it's up there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I wrote H&M. I live down more about a fucking.
Anybody got a translation on that?
I don't know what she was trying to say, but
it's up there.
Up there. Yeah.
It's like it's up there.
It's up there. Hey, if you want to fight, it's up there.
If you want to fight, it's up there.
That doesn't even make sense.
If you want to talk shit, it's up there. Okay, go ahead.
Right.
Fuck it. We'll.
Mall. You want your round, and you can come get it behind the fucking mall. And I'm not
behind the mall. That's
in
gangster.
there because it's really nobody that I know. Nobody hasn't been telling me anything lately, so it's nothing about that right now. But I just wanted to make a video and let y'all know that I try to stop and stuff like that, but I can't. Okay, it's me. You can't make me stop. If I want to stop,
how many friend requests do you think she got? They were all just guys like.
That much. Yes, I do it, but I don't do it that much. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I did
she's a
2 people today.
Be honest.
Whoa!
Just 2.
Did you hear that? No, that's her cutting back, right?
Yeah.
She said, I haven't been doing it that much.
Just 2 today.
Run that back like 5 seconds.
That's just 2 today.
Keep it real. I'm gonna be honest. I did 2 people today. Like, I'm keeping it real. I'm being honest. I did 2 people, and
man.
I'm done. I ain't doing it for another week or another month. I don't know when I'm gonna do it and when I'm gonna stop. I don't know. I'm 17 years old.
You know what would be great?
Pause.
You know what would be great?
Pause.
My God.
If in the frame a dick just starts like coming, and she's just like gower, like she just can't help herself.
She's all, it's too hard.
No, I won't do it anyway. And then
It's like
oh.
It's like Chris Rock in New Jack City when he sees the pipes.
Once it hits your lips, it's just so good.
Her lips just start just quivering, and she starts sweating while she's looking
She's
at
still
the dick.
talking with it in her mouth like it's not even there.
But it's just I just gotta have the dick in my mouth. Okay, dude, go back to like 2. I want to hear that all over again. Like 2. Sorry.
So she loves
people today. Like,
sucking.
I'm keeping it real. Like, I'm just being honest.
Yes.
I did 2
Just
people.
being honest.
And
Just being
I'm
nuts.
done. I ain't doing it for another week or another month. I don't know when I'm gonna do it and when I'm gonna stop. I don't know. I'm 17 years old. I'm not coming down. In 2 more weeks, I'm turning 18. I'm not worrying about this petty shit over fucking Facebook.
She's
stupid
17.
shit.
Huh?
Just everybody just needs to leave me alone and let me do me, and y'all do y'all.
Just let me
And
suck. I
that's
just
all
want to
gotta
suck
say.
dicks.
God, that's all she wants to do.
Oh, I wanted so much more to be on that video. That's it.
I want to friend her.
So it was added 2 days ago, and it already has 250,000 views.
She made a lot of friends. from that
Dude,
video, I guarantee
Can you imagine the amount of dicks running through her mouth a day now?
Yeah.
She was cutting back at 2. She's gotta have 8 to 10.
Like her house is probably just like, you know, like in like a rainstorm, like shit's just hitting your window. It's just dicks, like slap, slap, slap.
She got 3,000 glory holes all around the outside of her house.
Exactly. There's just like drills coming through her bedroom wall and then dicks coming through.
Yeah, exactly. On the way to the
She
throat.
didn't even know who they were. Just like bloop, bloop, bloop.
She sucks them, man. She's headed to the bathroom. There's like 3 dicks in a glory hole. spaced evenly.
She's just like hanging shit from him and stuff. Like, hanging a bra from this one. Oh, I'll get to that one.
Her next video is gonna be how she can't get anything else done in the day because she got too many dicks to suck.
Right above, like she falls asleep just like through the wall.
Just with she falls asleep next to a hole.
It's like Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart, like where the heart's in the wall, but it's just dicks.
It's a throbbing cock. She's got a new boyfriend and the fucking floorboards are just thump. What's that? Oh, it's nothing. It's up there.
Yeah, it's just up there.
It's up there.
Dicks up there in the stratus.
There's all kinds of dicks on my stratuses.
Oh my god. Oh, thank goodness for girls like her though. You know.
Yeah. I gotta go take a leak. I'll be right back.
She
garden hands.
There's a girl. I don't know. I'm not gonna say her name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, her name's Ashley. That she was overweight, and she told me and my friend Mark and Anthony that she was making a New Year's resolution that she wasn't going to suck dick for a year.
Wow.
Now, that was her New Year's resolution because she sucked so much dick. Like, she had to make... It was like, you know, I'm going to lose weight or I'm going to quit smoking.
Yeah.
She had to say...
It was that bad. It was
no dicks for a year. And I obsessed over that for a couple of days. I was like, how can you...
Yeah.
What about sucking a dick? Even if you're a girl and you like...
You should have just busted it out and then see if she could resist.
Oh, man. I just, like, what could be that enticing? It seems gross. You know, not just I'm a guy, but even girls think it's gross. Like, why would it become an addiction, you know?
See what you did there?
Yeah.
It's an oral fixation, just like smoking.
Well, you know what? Fucking eat a popsicle. Like, just stop it.
Just do it all sexy like when you do it.
Put a corn dog in a fucking plastic bag and just...
ram it against your cheek for fucking 3 minutes.
I guess there's no fun in that. I think it's the attention. Girls like that, like, you know, up there. Attention up there.
All kinds of attention up there when you like to blow just hundreds of dicks.
Yeah. Because she's one of those girls that's overweight and not really pretty. But she's got this, like, she's not so ugly that you wouldn't let her blow you if you didn't think anybody could find out.
Yeah, you look around, you know, look over each shoulder and it's like,
you're like,
all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, somebody's coming.
And then you go, but don't tell anybody.
You can't tell anybody.
Yeah, if you tell anybody, I'm gonna say.
No, you can't say that. You have to go. You have to go. Like, make it like you're trying to respect their honor or something.
Yeah.
Be like, don't worry, I won't tell anybody about this if you don't.
And we just shouldn't talk about it because I don't want everybody to.
And if you say anything at all,
I just want you to understand that if anybody found out about this, I would hurt you.
You have to disappear. I'm sorry. I know lots of places in the woods.
I don't want to hurt you, but that's what would happen.
She's all, it's all up there. I don't care.
I don't care why.
I ain't even gonna put it on my stratuses.
Yeah, why are you trying to give me stratus problems?
Why are you fucking up my stratus? Oh yeah. Shifting gears, fucking Bill Nye the Science Guy. Did you watch any of that?
Yeah.
He had a debate with this guy named Ken Hamm, who is a creationist,
fucking
heavily religious Christian, right? And Bill Nye agreed to debate with him. Now, before we get into any of the debate, like, how did you feel when you heard like that was going on? What did you think about
I agreed with a lot of people that said that it was a waste of time.
That's kind of the sentiment that I got was like, it's like
don't pay those motherfuckers enough
you're
respect.
You're giving it to exactly too much respect.
But I changed my mind though on that.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I was like, you know what? It's a fucking conversation. Like,
it's a conversation that happens fucking every night.
Like, if you're gonna be scared of two people having a conversation, if you're that scared of what those people might say, and you're scared to give them a voice and let people hear it, then why?
Yeah.
So what? So let them say it. Let them speak their piece. And if there's people out there that are gonna agree with it, they would have agreed with it anyways. Like, it's. I don't think a conversation, a debate, is ever really a bad thing.
Right.
Is what I came away with it.
I almost not to the exact opposite extreme, but I almost was like the other way around with it. Like at first I was like, oh fuck yeah, fucking the science guy's gonna crush it.
Yeah.
You know, and then as I was watching some of it, it was almost just like I kind of almost got the feeling like, what's the fucking point right now?
Yeah, and
This guy is
you're just giving
he's talking to a brick wall. Like, it's not. But then that's also me wanting to win a debate, as in getting the other person to think my way.
Yeah, you're not gonna do
that. That's always been kind
about
of my.
A conversation like this is neither one of the guys debating are gonna change the other guy's mind. But what they're doing it for is for the people that are in between.
Right.
And
yeah.
it's a battle for.
That's what I came to.
It's a battle for the in between. And to sum up the debate, in my opinion, okay, in a nutshell, what you had was Bill Nye giving you basic science facts.
Yeah.
And the other guy going, we weren't there. So how do we know?
Yeah, you did.
That was the debate in a nutshell. So, I thought Bill Nye did a good job of being respectful, of not coming off like a jerk, like Hitchens.
Which could be, yeah.
Like if Hitchens was there, he would have laid into the guy so hard.
And he would have been sardonic and
he'd have been like, "You believe in fucking dinosaurs? And you're idiots," you know. He would have laid in. He would have been totally just. Bill Nye's a nice guy. He came with pure science. He kept his cool, even in times where I would have probably lost my, patience.
Right.
And I think he won the debate based on logic. If you were just being fair and basing it on logic, which I am biased because I'm more of an atheist, but if you were just in between and I believe Bill Nye won the debate because the other guy didn't have much to say besides we weren't there.
I'd like to hear from a Christian, like from not a super hardcore Christian, but somebody who's just considers themselves Christian because that's what it is to them. I like one of them to watch it and hear what they have to say.
You know what's annoying about it is that a lot of the shit that you would be like, what would they have to say to that?
Yeah.
It goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
It's almost like they don't hear it. And and that's
it's
why,
like a female.
That's why they are the way they are now to this day, is because they never heard it. They've heard the shit before, but it never sinks in.
No.
And it's the most annoying thing.
Never sticks.
Yeah. So I've come to, like, after the debate was over, right? They showed signs. These people held up signs to Bill Nye, and one of the signs said, "Bill, if evolution is true, how come there's still monkeys?" And I would just went, I'm moving. I'm away from America. Like, I'm fucking done with these idiots. Like, this was after the debate.
Yeah.
After he explained evolution and stuff, and you would assume a lot of people learned enough about evolution to understand why there can still be apes. Like we all come from a spot where we branched out from each other.
There was a branch.
Anyways, it gets frustrating.
That is the sentiment why most people at the beginning of this were like, what the fucking point? Because that's where they get to. One of the things that he kept going back to was like where Bill Nye didn't have an answer, because that's sometimes you come to that.
Well, because that's science. We haven't figured everything out yet.
And that's the difference between somebody like him and then somebody like Hamm.
Yeah. Is
that they're okay with not knowing the answer and maybe continuing to search for it, or realizing like, we'll never know the answer to that. Yeah. Maybe when I die someday.
Or we're still trying for it. Or...
Yeah. That's the whole basis of religion anyways, is like, I hate that they call it faith, because I like to think of the word faith in different terms. They're like hijacking it into, that's, God. You believe in God is your faith. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's not what it means. But he would be okay with just being like, we don't know.
Yeah, we haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, still working on that one. And then Hamm would come back with we've got a book.
Yeah,
we've got a book that explains all of that and where everything came from and blah blah blah, and just start, God made it. But stupid.
But I liked Bill's nice response to that. He goes, "But that's the thing is, you're happy with that explanation.
Yes,
I'm not.
Yeah,
and that's exactly and I thought that was a good way to handle it. But he used it a couple other times to get his laughs.
Right.
But Bill and I handled that. He's like, yeah, here's the difference between me and you is I read that book and said, no, this isn't good enough. And that's the fundamental difference between atheists and Christians. One of them, anyways, is Christians read the book and said, Earth created in 6 days. Yep, I'm on board.
Yeah.
The rest of us went, nope.
How is that possible?
I can't square that with my science. So, and that's why when it comes to debates, they're often not going to go anywhere. But I'm not afraid of them.
You're right. No, that's the perfect point. Is that the people that are in between on a lot of that stuff will have a much more informed opinion on where they want to go with something.
Yeah.
After a debate like that.
Yeah. It's a battle for those people that are undecided or haven't put much thought into it, maybe. But the people that are already faithful, or the people that have already thought it through and decided I'm atheist, you're not going to sway them on a debate like that.
Yeah, and then when it comes down to it, you're debating like science and creationism is like apples and really super naive oranges.
Yeah,
it's really two different things, and yeah, like that's the only good you're gonna get out of it is some people maybe being able to move their opinion one way or the other based on a little bit more information. So yeah, it's a biased point of view, obviously.
Yeah, and one more thing.
Every one of them, I was like, yeah, fucking science guy. Son.
Well, there's Bill Nye, his motivation for the debate. A lot of people that were against this debate happening because they thought, don't give those kooks a voice. Bill Nye's motivation for this wasn't just to go argue with somebody.
Right.
His motivation was because it wasn't Kentucky. What was the state he was talking about? The state that they were in was going to teach creationists in the schools. They just passed a vote.
Oh.
And I don't know if it was.
I
don't know if it was. It comes up in the debate. I don't know if it was in place of evolution or they're going to teach both. But Bill Nye was pissed about that, and that's why he did this debate. He went to that state where they passed that vote, and he was so bothered by it that's why he went and had the debate, because he was bothered by the fact that they were going to teach creationists in school. And that's a good motivation for me. That's why he didn't go there to have a dick slinging contest. He went there to try to sway some people against teaching creationism in school. And a lot of people didn't talk about that when they brought up why this debate was happening. That was his motivation for having the debate.
I see. I did not know about that.
Yeah, and I didn't know about that until
that makes it much more of a valiant kind of a.
And how I found out about it is it was in the middle of the debate. He goes, "Listen, you guys just passed a vote here, and I want you to really think about it because he said it's concerning, and it's not a good idea, and it stops science, and I don't know whatever state they did the debate in, that's the state it happened in, and they actually fucking passed a whatever to get it taught in the schools, so or they either passed the vote or they're having the vote. I'm not sure which, but that's why he did it. And he came to their backyard, they did it in the Creationist Museum.
Right.
Is where they had the debate. So
that's crazy.
He was on the away. He wasn't on his home court. Bill and I went into the hostile area and had a debate, and he handled himself pretty good.
Just fucking pulled his nuts out.
Yeah.
And walked in
with his little bow tie.
I'm so happy he's still rocking the bow tie.
I remember him when I was a kid.
That's a bad motherfucker right there.
We used to watch his shit in school.
Dude, yeah, in school.
Yeah. I just loved them.
And which was great. That fucking that was the weird thing is when I was.
What does it say about Kentucky right there?
It just says replace the word evolution with change over time.
Oh, okay. Maybe it could be Kansas. It seems like it's.
Is that
Kansas.
part of the Bible Belt?
I don't know. But
thumping cocksuckers.
That's what he brought it up. Like that's why he went there, anyways. And that was a good reason, So
yeah,
it wasn't just for no reason. There was a reason for it, and a lot of the people that were talking about the debate leading up to it didn't tell you that.
They just bypassed over that kind of. They glossed over it. Yeah, it's What did I think Rogan said it something like within 20 years or something, religion will be just completely phased out. There won't be any point for
I don't
it.
know if it'll ever be gone, but it's dying. That's why you're experiencing such a pushback right now.
Right.
It's because everybody's reading the poll numbers and seeing how many people every year become an atheist. And now over the next probably 10 years is what you're going to experience is like their last hurrah.
Right.
They're trying to get people back, and
it's you got your new Pope.
It's going to be ugly.
Your new cool fucking cover of Rolling Stone Pope or whatever.
The Pope all of a sudden is cooler, and he's
okay with gays.
He's okay with gays. He says atheists might be able to get into heaven.
Yeah. Well, what it is the same thing that's happened over time always. It's Christianity in general, because that's what I know the most about. They shift their beliefs based on the changing of the times.
But they're always a little bit behind. So to the point where
they're trying to hang on.
Yeah.
They only shift when they absolutely have to. Whereas like at some point it became not okay to stone to death your children that backtalked you, or your wife that fucking didn't have dinner made. Whatever.
Which if you consider that pattern, we're basically dragging Christianity into the fucking future.
Yeah.
They're like a weight on our backs.
Humanity is.
Like every step we take forward, they take us one step back, and it's just like pulling weight.
Right.
And that's why a lot of atheists are against it. It's if people had their faith and kept their faith to themselves and didn't try to pass laws and didn't try to fucking change school
faith-based laws.
It would be different. We wouldn't be dragging their weight behind. But that's the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and who knows, maybe slowing down fucking the advancement of humanity isn't such a bad thing.
I've considered that. I've considered the positive of what if we already did do away with, remember that.
So that's a map of all the schools.
Louisiana and Tennessee.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
Texas, Utah, Colorado.
That's more than I thought there would have been, dude.
But look at Louisiana and Tennessee. And
that's depressing.
What he's got up here, folks, is a map of 14 states that use tax dollars to teach creationism in school, and they've got basically little pins in every place that.
Look at the West. Look at the West, though, man.
The West is clear.
Strong.
We're the coolest motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But yeah, Louisiana and Tennessee is basically just riddled compared to the rest of the. Like if that was cancer, they'd have a couple weeks.
Yeah, it looks pretty infested.
They would be bald and skinny.
I don't know how it works either. I don't know if this means that they replace evolution or if they teach both, or if they teach both. That's
either
confusing.
way,
like
it still has no place in school. You go to church on Sunday if you so choose, or if you're so forced, and you fucking hear about it there. You hear about fucking things that you really do need in school. That's the whole point.
I think if Alex was in a school, or Ella was in a school, if they taught creationism, I would pull them out.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'd have to.
Actually, I know so. If I had a kid that
I would even talk to Natalie about it, and Natalie has faith to a certain extent, and she even agrees.
She's still a little scared.
She even said, I don't think I wouldn't want him to be. She's like, that's church. I want him to go to school and learn science.
Yeah. Yeah, the only outside push, I mean, I never had an inside push of religion from like my immediate family.
Yeah.
Dad's not religious, mom's not religious. But I had a girlfriend in like 6th grade whose family was mega religious. That was one of my first experiences. And then kid that was the singer in a band I had in junior high, his family was super religious, and we used to go on Wednesday youth group just so we could play all their instruments. They had a little setup with drums and shit, and we used to do stuff like that. And but I never really had an aunt that was super religious. That I went to Bible camp.
Yeah.
Like for a week. Fucking Christians back then were shitty athletes, the kids.
Yeah.
So I just dominated all these, they had like Bible Olympics or something like that. Anything physical I was dominating back then.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty sick. But basically what I'm trying to say is I wasn't forced to do it, but I did branch out and check it out on my own and was able to make an educated decision on it myself, which I feel like I'm blessed because of that. Like, and I think that's what you got to do. But also, I hate to be like cocky or arrogant about it, but it's like I feel like I just am that much smarter than people that are super hardcore followers of the Bible and stuff like that take it to an exact point of to the word of what the Bible says.
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as somebody tells me that sometimes, and I hate to say it, but just being honest.
Just being honest.
Got a bad bitch, my bad. I'm being honest.
I'm just being honest.
Big up for you. But yeah, there. As soon as I hear that, I feel, I lose a little bit of respect for your intelligence if you're not open to.
Yeah, it's hard, man. My dad is hardcore, and he's a smart guy, and I have a hard time squaring that. I'm like, you're smart though.
Yeah.
You're usually smart on other things, but this one thing.
And I know people like that. People that are actually good Christians, which there's not very many of them that follow it the way it should be, the way it was meant to be followed.
Yeah.
But I do know them, and they're fucking great people.
My grandparents were, man.
They know where my beliefs lie.
My grandparents walked.
They don't judge me.
My grandparents walked it and talked it big time, and they were, they were people that I respected.
Right.
Because outside of the religion, they were just good people too. I mean, but they also, man, they didn't just say we believe in God. They lived their life accordingly.
Right.
And in a pretty strict Seventh-day Adventist is Old Testament Jewish. Seventh-day Adventists are like Christians who keep Old Testament law.
Right.
As much as they're able to.
So close to Hasidic kind of.
Yeah. A lot of Seventh-day Adventists follow the old dietary laws. You don't have to, but they do.
Uh-huh.
We keep the Sabbath. They're the Sabbath keepers. There's people which believe that Sunday is for church. Which they're fucking wrong. I'm actually convinced of that, because if you can't, this is the way my grandma put it. She said, find a passage in the Bible that tells you that the church is on Sunday, and I will go to church on Sunday from here on out. And you can't do it.
Huh.
But you can find numerous occasions where God says that the seventh day, which is Saturday, is not only holy, but to keep it holy. God or Jesus keeps the Sabbath.
In Spanish language, it's Sabado.
Jesus keeps the Sabbath himself. Here's the fucking.
He didn't make any.
Here's the censure.
Chests of drawers or anything.
No. Here's where the fucking debate's won. I mean, after you add it all up, when Jesus died, right, and he was buried.
First or the second time?
When he was crucified.
Okay.
Mary Magdalene, his mother, prepared oils,
They
were gonna basically
the
whore and his mom. They were going to prepare his body with oils and everything, right?
Anoint him.
Yes. Okay. The reason that Jesus rose on Sunday is because Mary Magdalene and his mother Mary, had to wait a day.
Mary.
They had to wait one day before they can put those oils on him. Why? They kept the Sabbath even
motherfucking holy.
Yes. They kept the Sabbath.
Boom,
and waited
folks.
to anoint Jesus with those oils. So even in Jesus' death, he needed those oils.
So he just sat there stinking all day.
They kept
on
the
Saturday
Sabbath.
because that motherfucker had to stay holy.
Jesus' 3-day prophecy of him rising in 3 days was made possible because they kept the Sabbath.
Boom.
Like, Yeah, anyways, I don't believe this shit.
But I'm kind of jacked up about it now.
If you go look into the debates of why the Sabbath keepers keep the Sabbath.
Mary weren't bugging at all.
Yeah, they were like,
look, what that rap song
they were like,
said.
look, we have to, because you can't do anything on the Sabbath, pretty much. They're like, look, we have to at least wait a day. Mary kept the fucking Sabbath. Like, that's good enough. And Jesus kept the Sabbath. It says in the Bible that Jesus went into church with the Gentiles and kept the Sabbath. Good news. I mean, that's like uppercut. Yeah. But anyways, who cares?
I'll be damned. Well, fuck, man. We're going long today. We got one more thing, and then we'll call it a day. I wanted to talk about. Oh shit, we're getting the old.
Yeah, it's getting close. We'll do whatever you have left.
We'll hit this topic real quick because I wanted to talk about it for a few weeks. I just now realized that the video is from like 2012, so it's a couple years old and bringing nothing new to the table here. But some folks might not have heard about it. There was a scientist, like a paleontologist named Mary Schweitzer, who basically they'd found a T-Rex skeleton or bones from a Tyrannosaurus, and the leg bone was too big to fit in whatever they were taking it back in, so they ended up breaking it in the field and then bringing it back. Well, after they broke it, they had all these pieces, and basically they take little pieces and test them in different solutions and acids and all kinds of stuff to figure things out about them. Well, they put these pieces into some acid that only dissolves calcium. Well, it takes away all the bone. What they were left with was this spongy material, which is, first of all, a fossil is supposed to be only bone and rock, and so there shouldn't be anything left once it goes in this certain type of acid. Well, there was. It was a spongy material, and they've got video of it. We'll play that in a second. Where it's under a microscope and she's pulling it. It's elastic, and then they dissect it further, and they're finding blood cells, and basically fucking got the makings of
Jurassic Park.
Maybe 20 more years we'll have dinosaurs and we'll have no religion, and everybody will be fucking really tan skin and green eyed.
Yeah. Do you remember that episode?
20 years is too soon, right?
You remember that episode of South Park? Where the Okama Games Fair?
Oh yeah.
Where Cartman freezes.
That's with Tally?
With Carton Free. No, there's another one. Maybe it wasn't Okama, or maybe I think you wanted the new.
Come on, Games Fair.
Yeah, no, I'm mixing them up. Anyway, Cartman, I think it's a new Xbox or something. He freezes himself.
Oh,
to go to the
yes.
And the atheists take over, and there's fucking beavers that are running the world and shit.
Yeah.
Because with the absence of religion, people it becomes science versus science. Like, in science takes it's fucking confusing, but South Park did a good job of showing you what the world might look like without religion.
No religion.
Yeah, and it was like beavers were fucking running the world.
I love those guys, man. They're fucking. They do it.
Bring on the napathy. Those guys are crazy. But
they get away with some shit. Actually, you know what? They kind of paved the way, I think, for a lot of shit. What was it we were watching? Was it American Horror Story or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just so fucked up, like all the shit they get. Yeah. If you would have gone back 10 years, there's no way you would hear the words, "I want to suck your cock," on national television, on FX or whatever it was, or like, "Come on my face," or there was something about something about jizz. I don't remember what it was. But
that show, I don't know if you guys watched the show Girls, but on
I haven't. I've heard a lot about it.
I'm embarrassed, because it's kind of like...
Isn't it like Lena Dunham and is Amy Schumer?
It's like a raw Sex in the City with younger people. So I'm a little embarrassed.
Is it a reality show?
No.
Oh, it's not.
She writes and directs it. Lena Dunham.
Lena
Dunham is like in her 20s, and she writes, directs, produces, and stars in her own little TV show on HBO. And there's an episode
like Colin Quinn in one of them.
Or? Yeah, he plays somebody's boss in it. There's an episode where her boyfriend, because her and her boyfriend break up, and her ex-boyfriend has sex with this girl and he bones her really hard, and then he jacks off all over her chest, and she doesn't want him to, and it like shows the jizz all over her boobs. Like, shows are getting out of hand now. Like, there never used to be, you couldn't even allude to stuff that comes out of your body, but they actually showed it.
Yeah. I remember the first time that I saw jizz on a show that wasn't a porn, and it was There's Something About Mary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, but and that was big even for the movies.
Yeah.
But this is TV. You know, like HBO. I know
it's
is
HBO. Yeah,
but it was still even before HBO when like HBO does softcore porn and they don't even show jizz.
It's true. It's a good point. No penetration or anything.
Exactly. And this show showed a pretty raw sex scene, and then the jizz on her boobs. I was like, oh my god, they're like they're really pushing shit, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Damn it.
It always goes to jizz.
Jizz on tits.
Anyways, this fucking dinosaur thing is a dream come true.
So
like,
we're looking,
since I saw Jurassic Park, I've always wanted this
as
to
soon
happen.
as I saw the way they did it, I was like, why can't they do that in real life? Like, it seems like a pretty legit, you know?
It makes you wonder, how does it work though? Like, they need an animal to birth this thing?
Well,
like
in Jurassic Park, they used ostrich eggs or something like that.
Yeah.
But
so the ostrich, they put the DNA in the ostrich.
You never know. Yeah, maybe. But all right, play this shit.
Maybe they'll use like an alligator or something.
They're the most.
That's pretty close, right?
And a bird. An alligator cross between.
But this bone turned out to be rather special.
That's what she said.
Because what she was looking at when she placed the slide under the microscope had never been seen before. Staring back at her was something that shouldn't have been there. It looked like a red blood cell, and its chemical composition included a heme, a part of hemoglobin
It just
which
has to
helps
be a
carry oxygen
Tyrannosaurus
in
Rex
blood
too.
and gives it its
Could
red
have been a
color.
Brontosaurus or something that eats leaves.
Right, that's to be the worst one.
I was shocked. I was really surprised. The thing that was cool about it is we know very little, really, about these beasts that once walked on the surface of our planet. And all vertebrate organisms, almost all, except for mammals, have nucleated red blood cells. And these things that I was seeing in the vessel channels were nucleated. They were translucent red with a dark center.
Alright, we got some blood cells.
Pretty cool little animation,
little
blood
graphic.
cells.
Wish we had that kind of production quality on the CaveCast.
Some CG.
This evidence seemed to suggest that organic matter could, in some way, survive the process of fossilization. And what was so exciting about it is that the new tools and technology of molecular biology
They're taking a long time to get to the facts.
now be used to understand these long-vanished creatures.
It's not super long though. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just trying to make it dramatic.
Yeah.
But basically,
The music enough. I wish I fucking.
it's cool though,
I
dude.
wish I could make breakfast to that music. I'd feel so much more important.
You're like stirring your eggs.
Elemental molecular structure. That's where the real evolutionary information is housed. And so being able to recover those things from dinosaur would open the door to understanding them at a completely different level.
I want to watch a T-Rex like rape a giraffe or something.
They've got to have sexual desires too, right?
The first one you make is gonna fuck something.
Right.
I just gotta see that video, like whatever it is, it gets a hold of.
Is that what it?
That's it.
Okay. So yeah, fucking, they've got very possibly, like, they still say, you know, we've got to do all these tests and everything, but very possibly a fucking piece of Tyrannosaurus DNA to work with. Like, so I don't know what that means because I'm fairly ignorant on the whole scenario, and still I want to know which one Jesus rode. If he did ride a dinosaur. But yeah, some interesting shit, and maybe even more compelling than the Atacama humanoid, as far as
if they're able to make one. Fuck yeah.
But
can you imagine? I mean, I don't even care if they get a baby T-Rex, like it dies.
I'd love to have a baby
just
T-Rex.
if they get one alive for a few minutes, dude, I would shit my pants.
Imagine the chick magnet that a fucking baby T-Rex would be.
Walking around with a little.
Yeah.
Because I used to have an iguana, and they had a little leash and shit.
Yeah,
I did that with a T-Rex.
Exactly. I had a Savannah monitor for a number of months. It got to about 18 inches, but those things get to be 6 to 9 feet.
Yeah.
And that's what I was picturing, was having a little harness and just taking them to the park to eat squirrels or whatever.
You get like a little tiny cup of water, so that when he walks into it out of his little thing, it like jiggles.
Oh shit. Well, anyways, we better wrap it up, folks. We got places to go and people to be. And if you're still hanging in there with us, thanks for listening. I appreciate the shit out of it. If you've got any technical issues, like you don't hear it good enough, you got ideas for the show you want to hear, fucking hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, at Danny Admire, and at St. Kynes with an I. Hit us up. Let us know if you got any constructive criticisms. And next CaveCast we'll have a new song. It'll be Admire and Munkus with Bud over the backing of it. And I'm saying that now, so we'll for sure get it done.
You have to get him on here too.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one. We got new guests coming up on the horizon. We're in the new space now. It's only gonna get better. We're only gonna improve this shit. And thanks for hanging in there with us. I'm Admire. He's Kynes, and we got Bud gonna play us out right now. Peace out, everybody.
Dicks in your ass is bad for your health.
Boom.